Hi, class. My name is Jacob Strong. I am a senior religion and philosophy major here at Roberts Wesleyan, and I actually maintain three part time jobs during school, which, as you can imagine, is really difficult. So I work in the town that I live in. So I live in Hilton, and so I'm a manager at a restaurant. I work at the liquor store in town owned by the same family, and I actually work in the archives department of the library at Roberts. So one of my biggest passions in life is gardening and caring for plants. So one of my longest lived hobbies happens to be gardening. And so I wanted to share with you guys just a little piece of me and who I am. And so the aid that I decided to choose for the presentation is this Christmas cactus. Now I'm sure some of you know this is a Christmas cactus. Other people won't know that. But the reason I decided to pick this Christmas cactus is because it actually happened to belong to my second great grandmother. And according to my grandmother's calculations, this plant is about 110 years old. So, for any plant to live this long, it's incredibly rare. Now, cactuses do tend to live longer, but even when you properly care for any plant, it is extremely hard to get any plant over 100 years old. So, on my mother's side of the family, we've always been avid gardeners. And whether I wanted to be a gardener or not, I definitely was going to have to help. When I was a kid, I remember I had to weed gardens all the time. I had to mulch. I had to pick weeds, which is a never ending job. And it just happened to be a hobby that I was able to pick up for myself. Now, transitioning into why I decided to use this as my hobby, I wanted to share with the class why I decided this is my hobby. And so when I was younger, I had a few people leave my life that I really would have never thought would have left my life. So my grandmother passed away, and she happened to be my favorite grandmother. My aunt that was married into my family left my life unexpectedly because of a divorce. And even though she was married to my godfather, and she was like a second mother to me, she just kind of abandoned me. She couldn't have children, so I really was kind of like a son to her. And my mom at the time left her boyfriend of about 10 years. And I was really close to him, actually. And though I got to see him sometimes, we kind of just separated and parted ways. So I actually had a quote to share with you guys. And so coincidentally, my grandmother shared this post on Facebook the other day. And as a gardener, she couldn't relate to it, and I couldn't relate to it. And so the quote said, "The philosopher who said work well done never needs doing over, never weeded a garden." And this totally made me laugh the other day because it's so true. Gardening takes up all of your time. And that's really why I decided to choose gardening as my hobby when I was younger, because I definitely have some abandonment issues and I have a hard time trusting people. And so I chose hobbies such as gardening to really take up my time. So I'm so glad that I was able to share this story about myself with you guys. Life has not always been easy for me, and definitely filling my time with gardening has been my lifelong hobby, amongst other things. And I'm sure many of you guys can relate to this hobby. Finding healthy ways to cope with bad situations in life is really healthy. And, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. And it was really nice talking to you guys and being able to share my message. So thanks. Bye.